Today I will flush my radiator as well as replace the radiator reservoir. It should actually look like this. Big difference, right? Yeah. So I will be flushing it. I'm gonna flush it once or twice, and then I'm gonna fill it up with the pink stuff. So that should be probably a lot better than what I've been topping it off with, because I'm pretty sure over the course of the life of the car, I've topped it off with some other stuff that probably wasn't as good. So anyway, let's get started. What I'm gonna do is start off by draining all of this out, and then I'm gonna flush it with water at least once or twice. I'll cycle it through, make sure, try to get as much of the deposits and things like that out of the radiator and the cooling system as well. I'll fill it up, run it through again, and then we'll replace it with the new fluid, as well as put a new reservoir on there. So hopefully by the time we get to the end of this video, it won't look like that. It'll look like this. Also, another friendly reminder, if you do decide to flush your heating and cooling system yourself, make sure you don't forget to recycle. Most of the fluids from your car can be recycled at your local auto parts store. So just keep that in mind and keep it away from your pets, because it is poisonous. First, I'm gonna jack the car up, put it on 4 stands. I'll take the top off so that, the air flow through. I'll put a container underneath to catch the antifreeze, and we'll drop it. So then you have to take off your bottom plate underneath the car. So I just took that one off. Now, in the meantime, once you get underneath the car, you're gonna look for your radiator plug. It's gonna be over here. So what you're gonna do is detach this first here. So you're gonna press on there, pull this out, which I've already loosened up here. Take that apart first. Now, this is held in, it's one of your sensors, which is held in by a pin here. So I'm gonna remove this pin here that's holding it in. Okay, I'm gonna remove that pin. And then the valve is over here, release valve. I'm gonna turn that valve, and then there it is. Make sure you got a couple containers, to catch your antifreeze. Now, you want to get rid of this old reservoir after it empties out. I'm going to flush it after I remove this one with the new one, so that I don't flush all the extra sediments that are inside this old one. I'd rather put the fresh water in the new one and run it through. So you have one screw here that I've already removed. I'm going to take that out. Here it is here. Remove this screw here. Take off this first hose that's held in by this clamp, which I've already removed. And of course, you want to remove the second one too, which is held in by the clamp. All right. And then there it is. Take the old one off, and then it is connected by the coolant sensor. So you do want to remove that as well, like such. Take it off, which I've loosened up. All right. So there you have it. So there's the old one. So now we're going to put the new one on. Okay, so as you can see, I'm gonna flush it roughly about 3-4 times until it's clear, till it's all water. Right now you can see we still have some of the old antifreeze still coming out. These are the buckets here. So I'm going to continue to flush it until it is totally clear. And then I'll finish that off and I'll seal everything up. And we'll cap it off with the new coolant antifreeze. And then we'll let it run with the cap off to let all the bubbles get out of it and level out and everything. And then we'll take it out on the road. We turn up the heat and everything and make sure everything's running right. All right, so let's finish. Okay, so that's about the 4th time. As you can see, water's clear now. Now keep in mind, this is not a true flush, a full system flush, by no means. This is just a quick flush. Just hold it up so we can get the rest of the water out of there. Okay, so now this is what it looks like after about 4 flushes here. Now it's not totally clear, so I'm pretty sure I could flush it maybe 4 more times and it'll be even clearer. Okay, so that's it for the flushes. I think I did probably around 7 or so flushes with the hose, give or take. Make sure that you turn this up right. Try and get as much of the water out of it as possible so that you don't have that much mixed with your new coolant. As you can see, here's the bucket here. The water is clear now. All right. So now I'm gonna go under the car, seal it back up with the sensor. Keep in mind this sensor has a rubber O-ring on it. When I pulled the sensor out, the O-ring was not on it. So it fell over into the antifreeze. So make sure that you put this back on there before you seal it, or else you're gonna have a leak come through there. As you can see, I replaced the reservoir, and you can tell a huge difference between the two, this one and that one. Just make sure if you're going to do a complete flush, you're going to have to flush the heater core as well. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna seal everything up, and then I'm gonna throw in the new coolant, and I'll start the car up, let it run so that it can circulate. I'll turn the heat up, and we'll check the level because it is gonna go down some, and then we'll top it off. And we also want to run it so that all the air bubbles can get out of there as well. I find it easier after I finish flushing it to take the radiator hoses off and then put this on, because it has these 2 hooks back here, you know, and they have to go in first, and it'll be hard for you to do it with the hoses on. We're going to reinstall the sensor that goes up into the housing. Make sure that you have your O-ring on there. Make sure your O-ring is on your sensor, and don't forget to put the clip back on top of it. Reconnect your sensor. Okay, make sure that's back on. And after that, reinstall your sensor. Now we're gonna fill it up with the new stuff, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna start the car up, let the coolant circulate around in there, get the air bubbles out of it as well. I'll keep my eye on it, get it up to temperature. Then I'm gonna turn the heat up high. Make sure all your hoses are tight. So we're gonna run this now and we're gonna check for leaks and make sure everything's okay. Okay, so we've had the car running now for about half hour or so. Coolant has been topped off. I've closed the top on it as well. I've checked for leaks, there are no leaks. The heater's in there running, it's nice and toasty. So now what I'm gonna do is take it down off of the stand, then I'm gonna take it out on the road and then run it like that, turn the heat up high, gun it a little bit and all that good stuff, and then I'll come back and check on it. Okay, real quick, I'm back. I just finished taking the car out on the road. No leaks. Okay, so that's a quick way that you can flush your coolant as well as change your coolant reservoir. Anyway, until next time, you take care of yourself. It's ReekG. I'm out of here. Peace.